Alright my friends, so in this video I'm gonna talk about arrays and what is the new features that been added to the arrays in ECMAScript 6. So the first thing first, here we have our code from the previous video, and what I want to do, I'm gonna cut these two lines, or I'm gonna select both of these two lines, okay, and I'm gonna move them to the top. In order for us to control these lines, we can do a trick using Visual Studio Code. We can hold the Option key on your keyboard. If you are using a Windows, you can hold, I think it is the Option key or the Alt key, I'm not sure. I think it is the Alt key. And then what we can do, by holding your Option key, click on the top arrow on your keyboard, okay, so that will move it to the top. Okay, so once again, hold the Alt or the Option key and control the moving using the arrow keys on your keyboard. Okay, so I'm gonna move it to the top. Okay, now what I will do, I will give myself some space right here. Now what we want to do, we want to deal with the new features that been added to arrays in ECMAScript 6. So first of all, I'm gonna define a normal array, okay, but I will do that here inside my component, because once again the app right here, the app function, it is the only thing that been export. Okay, so that's why we need to define our code right here. Of course we could have defined it outside of it, but this will come later on. Okay, I'm gonna show you what is the difference and why we are going to how we can define it in outside of this function. However, for the time being, let's go ahead and define it inside our app function. I'm gonna define a constant. Let's call it, for example, names, okay, should equal to an empty array. Okay, I'm gonna define an empty array really. Okay, of course we are gonna add some names. All right, so for example, Mark, and let's add a few one. For example, okay, like so. So we have created this array of names. Okay, now what I want to do, I'm gonna show you, I'm not gonna show you all the new features. We are gonna show you these three methods that gonna do something for us. All right, so what I will do, I'm gonna show you the find method, and what is the benefit of it. I'm gonna show you the map method and also what is the benefit of it, and also I'm gonna show you the filter method and what we can do with it. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So here I'm gonna get rid of my variable name, okay, or let's leave it because I'm gonna do some challenge for you later on. All right, so now what I will do here, instead of returning only one item right here, I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, and here I'm gonna return a div, okay, a container tag, and here inside my div, what I will do, I'm gonna loop it through my array, okay, to create an h1 for each name that we have it right here. So let's go ahead and see that. First of all, I wanna execute JavaScript code inside my HTML, so that's why I need this brackets again. Okay, inside my brackets, what I will do, I will type names, which is the name of our array. I'm gonna type dot. Let's go ahead and start with map because it is gonna do my job, which is to create an h1 for each name that we have right here. So I'm gonna type dot map. All right, and here we are gonna, this is a method, okay, it's a function, so that's why once we call it, we need to add these parentheses. All right, and this function right here, well, we are gonna give it a name, okay, because this name, let me show you this name right here. Once we are gonna start iterating through our items, our names right here, we can get the value from each item, from each index right here, using the name right here. Okay, and here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a function. Okay, so this map right here take a function as a callback. Okay, so it is gonna be a function like so. Okay, so this map here right here take a function as a callback, and this function right here, this is the function, will be applied on this name right here. on each iteration. So let me show you what I am meaning by this. So I'm going to create an h1 right here. Then between the h1 right here, I'm going to give it the name right here. Okay, so as you can see, we have an error because what we want to do, we want to return this thing right here. So I'm going to return it. So as you can see, what I have did, I have looped through our array using the map right here. This map function or the map method take a callback as a parameter. Okay, this callback right here take one parameter, which is the name right here. Okay, it is gonna be the iterator for each name that we have it right here. Okay, and what we are going to do, we are gonna return an h1 with the value of the name. Okay, so if we switch back to the web browser, we can see all the names being printed in the h1 right so. So once again, I'm gonna undo my code and I'm gonna explain it for you. So what we have did, we have created, or we want to loop through our array using the map function or the map method like so. And this map method right here take callback as a parameter. Now a callback, essentially it's a function inside a function. Okay, so here we need to pass a function as a parameter. Now function, if you want to define a function, then I'm going to use the arrow function syntax. So I'm going to define my parentheses. Then what we can do, we can type like so. So this is the function like so. And as I told you previously, what we can do, if we have one parameter, which this function right here, this function that we have passed as a callback, it's take one parameter, right? Which was the name like so. It is the iterator for each item right here inside our array. And I have told you previously, if you have one parameter, what you can do, you can optionally get rid of these parentheses. So we have it like so. So this function right here, this is the callback, will get executed, will get called for each item inside our array. Okay, and what I want to do, I want to return, okay, an h1, okay, for each item. So as I told you, this function right here will get called for each item that we have it inside our array. And what I want to do, I want to execute an h1, okay, with the value of the name inside our array. And if you want to access the value from your array, then you can use this name right here, because this function right here will get executed for each item, and this variable or this name right here will has the value of all these names. Okay, so I'm gonna execute it like so. So I'm gonna type name to print all these names. I'm gonna switch back and we have all these names. No matter what we add here, for example, if I add any values, okay, then we are gonna see it appears right here. So this is the first type of arrays methods, which was the map method. In the next video, I'm gonna show you the find and the filter. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you, my friends, so much for watching, and see you in another one.